hours of working with a licensed, certified driver to learn how to run the mountains, put on chains, when to know to stop, how to trip plan, how to look at the weather forecast, or an endorsement for steel or an endorsement for tanker.
That, but kind of what's the big issues other than what we hear on the news by the political guys? What's the big issues you're hearing or talking about in the industry down there?
Well, yeah, pardon me. There's so many. Where to even start? I mean, it's been a very interesting the last year, like 2025 was extremely uh it was a very, very important year for trucking insofar as a lot of the problems we're seeing were highlighted by the mainstream media. We had this crash in Florida in August, which like basically soaked up the news cycle for 2 solid weeks, which never happens in trucking.
Yep.
We've had a number of moves from the Trump administration to deal with some of these problems, and then the problems just keep happening. There's seems to be a new collision every single day, some new tragedy, and everyone in the United States is like, "What happened to the trucking industry?" It's like for as long as it's sort of been ignored as this like magic thing that delivers all our groceries and makes life happen, and truckers are kind of an afterthought, or you know, part of an old cultural legacy. You know, all the movies from the '70s and CB radios and Smokey and the Bandit and all that, and we were kind of like we were there but not thought about too much in recent times, and now it's everywhere. Part of that is social media and like instantaneous sharing of dash cam videos and horrific footage, and it's just the industry is under some pretty intense scrutiny at the
Good
moment.
as far as work always being there, but it's really hard to get people to understand that kind of system. What's your thoughts on that from a recruiter standpoint?
You're absolutely right as far as steady work goes. Right now, the industry is, kind of up and down. We're dealing with a lot of issues in the industry, especially if you're hauling steel and cars and that. With the food and the produce, you're absolutely right, Bruce. You might not have bought a new car this week, but I know you went to the grocery store. So that does keep us going. You're absolutely right. Produce is not for everybody. It is a different animal inside of the trucking industry. Everything is timed. When the product is picked in California, really when it's picked off the tree or out of the ground, there's a time limit to get it into the GTA. Then there's a time limit to get it into the DC and then out to the stores for public consumption. It's a lot to deal with. As far as drivers coming in doing it, yes, absolutely. You're looking for a more, I would say, a driver that is more detail orientated would fit in, because yes, you're absolutely right. You have to watch that reefer temperature. You have to load it properly. You have to allow for spacing so that the product can breathe while it's being transported.